Hello. Good to see you.
All right there, Revenants. Welcome back to Code Vein and the Road to 100, where today we are going to be in the Government Center. Yay! And there are a couple of different ways that we are able to build out this particular build set here to be kind of tailored to your personal playstyle. So a couple of things right off the bat is that there is a veil, obviously, that can do much higher damage than the one that we currently have at 1473 there. However, the Stinger Veil here, this is a piercing type veil. So this is what we're going to go for here in the Government Center, because the Cerberus troopers are weak to pierce, and with Merciless Reaper active, it makes that weakness all the more damaging. And let's see if we can get a nice example here for you from this fine specimen. So if we wait for him to do something here where we can actually get a parry, you'll notice that with one buff active, he dies instantaneously on a parry. So very, 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 very powerful, but very, 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 very risk reward dependent. Now, if we do go for the Venus Claw, obviously this is not as good because they are fairly strong to slash, and so the bonus of Merciless Reaper is not as crazy good. So we're going to go for the Graceful Prominence here, and we are going to be going for charge attacks. Now, if we do happen to get a super bonus time of being able to actually use Sacrificial Edge, that will be cherry on the top of our cake that we have, and we are going for the Rubelite Piercer as our weapon, not for any other reason than for the Euphoric Soldiers, the fellas that walk around with the Cerberus troopers. They are weak to both blood and lightning, so we get a 20% bonus added to our damage set here because we are activating blood weakness as well as lightning weakness. So this is 10% plus the 10% we get, so that's 20%. And then here's 20% plus the 10% that we get from their weakness, so that's 30%, so that's 50% bonus damage here. So we get a nice value here of about 1,000. And then we have also slash and pierce. They are weak to slash, and so we are able to take advantage of that weakness as well as we go along through the area. So this entire build set is a little bit dependent on patience, using daggers to single out the enemies and going for charge drains. Now, we don't have an insane amount of ichor recovery here along the way, so we will have to play things a little bit safe in certain scenarios. But as you can see there, we are completely able to destroy these guys whenever we want as we go along. So now that we are Night Stalker here, we can take these guys out. This guy is definitely aggressive here, and everybody is awake. Now, unfortunately, they were able to see me because of Night Stalker. They heard me. Well, sorry, they did not hear me, but instead they actually saw me. So there's a little bit of a difference here that you can play if you want to play Night Fog Veil instead of Night Stalker. There are, like I said, there are a couple different ways that you can go about engaging with these different enemies and the different setups here that we have along the way. Okay, and let's see if we can get over here before this guy sees us. We sure can. And we'll go for a couple backstabs here. Looks like those guys saw us there. I can't get the drain going. There we go. So we can kill that guy. And we got an Argent Wolf Blade. How nice. And so now, if we want, we can wait for these guys to pass. And let's go for a couple of these items. And let's see if we can get this fella over here. And then we will go for a charge. And dead. instantly, which is awesome, and a tungsten, so that's very, very good. And this guy's going to just simply shoot, which is really bad. We want him to come over here if he can. And this guy, oh, can't get around the area there. And this guy, okay. So as you can see, very, very, very beneficial here to be able to drain these guys one at a time. And we don't have an insane amount of core recovery here along the way, but we are completely able to go for backstabs here along the way to make sure that we are, you know, having enough damage as well as enough core recovery and everything along the way. So pretty bad here so far that we haven't been seen. That's nice, but also we are kind of in a predicament here as we get into the next area. So all things considered, we have a monstrous amount of damage that we are able and capable to enact on the enemy. Oh. And if we do get attacked, as you see there, it is very, very, very bad and very, very quick that we can run to our demise. Okay, so let's head over here and see if these fellas are... no one's going to pursue, which is good. And so we can attract this fella back. Okay. Oh, almost got away with it there. And it's good that we have the health recovery from Cleansing Light here along the way, as well as a couple of damage buffs. And the nice thing is that we continuously get 5% of our health back along the way, so that helps us immensely. Let's see if we can... Nope. Let's see if we can get the dog. Okay. And definitely want to kill the dog in one hit to make sure that we are indeed engaging here correctly. Oh, I don't think we're gonna get him. There we go. We got him. Now this guy. Oh, okay. Unfortunate. Oh, we're dead. Yep. The delay on his swing obviously is a little bit of a finesse mechanism there to get the parry, but the parries are very, very important for the Cerberus troopers because of how they operate in their attack scenarios and everything. They are very, very important to destroy quickly along the way. So as you can see here, we'll just run over here as we are invisible, and this fella won't whoops, he won't cause the others to come over and join us because they can't see us, which is very, very nice. So we can go like this dude, and we can bring him over, and we can kill him. We can go for a Reaper. Oops. Okay. And we can have that guy come over, and when he is ready... Whoops. Okay. And this guy, as you can see, they do take a pretty big amount of damage from us when we are using Rubelite Piercer, if we just strike them as normal, as you can see here. And then we can go straight into a drain. So it works out pretty well there, all things considered. Now this fella, we definitely want to attract him as a solo fella. And there's that stupid sword strike. Okay. And let's just go ahead and backstab him for the excitement of it into a charge. Okay, great. And another tungsten. We are getting extra super lucky here. So as you can see, even with our weapon we do have some pretty decent overall overall damage when we go up against the euphoric soldiers versus these fellas. It's a little bit different because they do have obviously a pretty big resistance here to us. Whoops, I wanted to go for a parry there. Whoops, and I wanted to go for a parry there too. So this is where the decisions are very, very split, quick, fast decisions that you have to make along the way here. But we are able to kill these guys very, very fast and very, very easily if we are able to actually get the damage out from our veil against these fellas, and we are able to ruin them very, very quickly and pretty easily, all things considered, if we just don't get hit, obviously, and if we are able to do the damage when possible. Okay, so here, let's take on this fella. Okay, oops. An item on the ground means that we can't... Oh, okay. And we're dead. Because I didn't get the parry timing. And for whatever reason, these two followed him. Should have taken the guys out from the back. So you can play this with invisibility or with without sacrificial edge, because sacrificial edge is very, very much a very, very much a positional kind of game where you have to make sure that your iCore count is basically at max and you are hyped up on all of the buffs and everything that you have going. Okay. And those guys are following him for whatever reason. Okay. This guy got stuck somehow. It's kind of interesting, for sure. Okay, so this guy's following us. This guy's following us. Okay, let's just go ahead and launch somebody here if we can. We're dead. Okay, so lots of death, lots of pain, but once you get on the roll of how this build actually operates and you're not completely crowded by a whole bunch of enemies, especially in this first corridor here, things get a lot smoother and a lot better. And obviously because you can either go invisible or you can use Night Stalker for this first corridor. If things do get a little rough, as you see they have been, we can simply run past the difficult parts here and we can move on to some of the more engaging areas where we will have to figure out and understand what we're going up against. Okay. And the backstab is definitely very, very powerful here. However, our charge drain is equally powerful pretty much because of how the because of our buffs in our passives, so that is very, very helpful. Okay, and we want to go for the fellow behind him if we can. Oh, he's got knives too. Okay, and want to kill him immediately, and want to go for the doggo now to make sure that it does not mess us up in a lot of ways. Oh, missed that guy. Okay, and let's see who's coming. Okay, we got this fella, and he should be with an escort. Yep. Okay, and if he's gonna throw knives or whatever, that's fine. Good. Okay, so now we should be free to take on each one of these Cerberus troopers here. So we'll go for this guy first. That guy is none the wiser here. So we should be able to go for a charge attack against him. Okay, very good. So you can start to understand and see just how this entire build set would actually operate in real time here. Now this is a little different here because we can get rid of each of these enemies here quickly and easily here without engaging them like two and three at a time. Okay. And here we can go for a charge right into a backstab if we want to, or a okay, or some parries. That's what I wanted to say. We can go into parries here along the way. All right, so that worked out fairly well there. Now you'll notice that there aren't a lot of rooms here along the way that we get into where we have access to a couple of enemies that are by themselves. So we have to kind of take these guys one at a time here. Whoops. Okay. So let's go ahead and heal because this guy ruined us there. Okay, and you can see that through his shield and everything, we were able to destroy him, basically. And let's go ahead and heal again, because we don't want to be dying here immediately. Okay, that's fine. And as you can see, again, because we have the gifts we have going here, we're able to ruin these guys pretty easily. So here, obviously, we want to... Oh, okay. We want to go for some backstabs here on these guys to make sure that we are getting enough health back, as well as keeping Sacrificial Edge going, while at the same time being able to kill these guys quickly and effectively. So now it is up to us here to hopefully get a couple of backstabs along the way and charge drains to make sure that we are, you know, putting these guys down reasonably well here. Okay, good. And if we go for a couple of buffs here, we will be able to kill these guys in one hit, which is great. Okay, so we want to go for this, and we'll go for invisibility. Now this guy we definitely want to kill in one hit, so we want to go for a backstab here for sure to make sure that he is immediately taken out. And every one of these guys also, you want to make sure that they are taken out equally quick, and we are able to kind of enjoy some of the benefits here of our very, very fast charge drains and such. So now we can go for both of these all at once, and we can go for the increased damage levels now, which is great. So this is kind of the end game of the build here. As you can see, 20,000 is a pretty respectable number that we can go for, and we have 60 seconds here to go for all of the damage levels that we want to achieve, and we want to be able to kill these guys as quickly and as effectively as possible. Now this is kind of a problem here for us, is that we can't aim our veil up very high, but we can use it to get some of these guys, but we can't go up as high as we would like to. So we got one, and we can't really get up to where we need to get to the other fella up there. So kind of unfortunate for us there. Whoops. But that's okay, because as you can see, we are perfectly able and capable to take the fight here to these guys. What? Okay, somehow his AoE attack of a linear straight forward attack hit us somehow. So unfortunate there. But we are able to zippity zoom back to where we were simply by just walking past the enemies. This first hallway here definitely is one of the more difficult hallways to go for when you have this kind of setup, just because of the fact that you know, you have to engage at least a minimum of 7 enemies. Otherwise you are in for a real big problem, as well as this next hallway. So they jam these little rooms here full of problems and enemies, and so you have to kind of play, you know, to the strength of your build, and this is one of those methods that you can do, is simply just by walking past everything. And as you can see here, they are none the wiser except the dog. So whatever. Okay. And not a problem there. And so we will go invisible again, and we'll make our way past these 3. Because it makes no sense. Okay, I guess it makes a lot of sense now to fight them. And as you see, we do 1060 on our first attack there, which is a very generous amount of damage for our weapon, even though it is the Rubelite Piercer. So a little bit interesting there that we do have a weapon that can do some considerable damage when it is played correctly against the correct enemies. So a little bit interesting there to note. Now, if there was a potential here that we could just play through and not really worry about any of the setup that we need to be doing or what we need to be talking about here along the way, you can actually give each of the enemies here the respect that they deserve to actually fight against them. But for right now, we are beholden to the idea here that we are simply not going to have everything done perfectly, as you can see here. Okay. Whoops, I missed. Okay, we'll just go for another backstab just to be safe, and that way we can continue on our way here. Now you'll notice that we do come up against a Cerberus trooper down here, so it's important that we go invisible for him and this fella. So we'll go for this guy first, and then get some ichor, and then we will head over here for this fella, and we'll just bop him right in the face, and then we'll run back here for this guy. Okay, great. So you can see kind of the super benefit there that we have of making use of Night Fog Veil to ensure that we are perfectly capable to ruin every single enemy that we come up against. So kind of the same thing here. We can go for a speed increase here. We'll get rid of this guy, and now we have extra speed, super speed on our drains, so we can take this guy out, and we can take this guy out very fast in our execution here of these guys, and we are able to take all of these fellas out in one shot, which is great. So now we'll go for Sacrificial Edge, we'll go for a Camouflage, we'll go for all the things here, and a Charge Accelerator as well. Okay, so we'll go for a charge here in front of her. Ouch. Which was, I guess, a bad idea. But okay. All things considered, not too bad. Let's go ahead and heal up here a lot, so we don't die across the bridge. Okay, and the nice thing is that this build setup here can be super effective against the attendant as well. And unfortunate there to not get the drain on this guy before he falls down. Very unfortunate there. these guys' backstabs are a little bit funky in how they turn and everything, so a little bit weird how that happens, but all things considered, not too bad. So for the attendant, obviously we could go in right now and murder her. However, it is more beneficial if we go for the missile, just in case. You never know. And we've come this far already, and I would hate to have a reset all the way back to the beginning. So it is what it is. But we'll take the missile for now. And as we are at a 40 ichor set, we will just go ahead and heal up, and we will use a pure blood to get us all the way back to maximum. Okay, this guy's coming in, which is really, really bad. Okay, we did not get it in time, which is really unfortunate. Okay, but no problem. We are able to just run away, and let's go ahead and use our pure blood so we can get everything going here all at once, and you can see how this business will go versus the attendant. Okay, and it is pretty enjoyable here along the way for her. Now you have to wait till she does some kind of attack there, otherwise things go really bad really quick. Okay. Okay. Okay, great. So you can see that it's not really a fair fight, because we can attack her at distance, and the only thing she has at distance is that heavy attack, and that's not as effective as she would hope it to be. So we are able to make really good use of everything there. Okay, and so, whoops, no, I don't want to teleport back. So let's go for these, and we will head over here and get rid of this fella first, just to make sure that he doesn't alert anyone. Okay. Good. And now we are visible, so we don't want to be visible. So we want to come back here and do some more charge drains. And it's nice that we can hit her, but she cannot hit us. So as you can see, we are in a very, 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 very good state here, where we are able to kill the enemy without any real retaliation. So if you are able to actually get this all going here along the way, with everything set up, with all of your buffs and everything going, this can be an incredible damaging build set and scenario for everything that we have active. So it's a kind of fun build. Now if you are wanting to go for a little bit of a different health recovery system, you can go for Goddess's Smile as well as Complete Attention, and that would be one of the other ways you can play this, along with going for the Venus Claw or the Graceful Prominence, either one of those, and you can switch out the gifts here, whether or not you want to be silent or whether or not you want to be invisible. It kind of depends, however your playstyle prefers. But if you do get into an engagement with the enemy where you're actually fighting the euphoric soldiers, the Rubelite Piercer is a fantastic option for fighting those fellas, because they are weak to both blood, lightning, and slash. So it's a great way to make use of a less than stellar weapon, and when you have all of your buffs active and running, you are able to make some impressive damage numbers come to light from a bayonet that does very well with the one double slash and dodge backwards, and you can then be at distance to go for a drain attack. So this setup here pairs very well together in the attack scenario as well as the kind of defensive scenario, all paired into one setup. Now this also works exceptionally well with the Venus Claw, because you can go 1, 2, and 3, and then right into a drain and get back into the enemy, and do this, and then get right back into the enemy with a drain. So you can do some pretty interesting attack setups with the Rubelite Piercer. And let's go back to the beginning there, and I'll show you what that kind of looks like with the Cerberus troopers. But you'll notice that the I don't think I have that one. You'll notice that the damage numbers are not as incredible as the Graceful Prominence, because these guys do have the the damage resistance to slash. So we'll get him to come over here. Oops, okay. And unfortunate there that we did take that hit. So let's start that over here. I want to not do Reaper. That was a mistake. But we want to do this, and we want to go for a charge booster for sure. Since we don't have our active... whoops. Okay. Oops. Okay. Well, hang on. Let me get a good one here, because it's hard to get 3 or 4 attacks off before you can do a drain. So it's a little bit interesting here how this actually goes together. But it is fantastic when it does come together. And if we can get it here. Yes, I'm not over there. Okay. Oh. Okay. He might have too fast of a pattern. Okay. Well, we almost had it there. But anyways, you see how the attack pattern is supposed to go. When you are using the full attack string, you can pair it very nicely with the drain attack, because it will take you forward, and if you use the Graceful Prominence, it does a pretty good job of tracking the enemy sometimes, but not all the time. So hopefully this helped you guys. It wasn't really a focus build set, but the focus build set part would be something like this, where you use Complete Attention and Goddess's Smile, and you can get focused pretty regularly, because it's 3 drains and then you get focused. And so that would be a really simple way to get 10% of your health back from Goddess's Smile by getting 300 health. It's maybe about 9% or so that you would get back, so not quite 10%. But the charge drain, for every drain, getting 5% health back from regenerative drain, and getting the additional 20% damage increase is just too good to pass up here, since that 20% is multiplicative with Heroic Fang and Overdrive Offensive Order, and then the additive value bonus of Sacrificial Edge of 800 or 1200. No, it's 800 added to our Blood Veil. As you can see, 1400, and then we do this and we'll be at 2200, so it's 800, and then the insane value that we're getting out of Merciless Reaper if we are using a Blood Veil attack, so since it's Pierce. So anyways, I know it's a long, lengthy setup here, but one last note, the Claw Veils use 75 stamina per drain, the Stingers use 80 stamina per drain, the Hounds Veils are 90 stamina per drain, and the Ivy Veils are 70 stamina per drain. So if you're looking for which one's the most efficient, like damage per stamina, it depends on what code you have and what the scaling values are for your Blood Veil. So sometimes it's Stingers, sometimes it's Claws, sometimes it's Hounds, and sometimes it's Ivies. So be careful how you choose which veil you're going to use for damage. So anyways, hopefully that helped you guys understand a little bit more about a charge drain setup, or a backstab setup, or a kind of an assassin setup here for multiple enemies, where you can quickly stab at each one of them along the way. So anyways, thank you guys for watching, and welcome to our new member on the channel. And thank you so much for your support, and we will see you guys tomorrow for the finale of 70 Stars, and we'll be fighting the Skull King as per usual. So we'll see you guys then. Thanks. Bye.